Now, I received a request to make a video on the 360 exercise, so here it is. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to do the 360 exercise and how it can be used to improve your handlebar turns. And I'm also going to show you how to incorporate it into your figure 8 practice, so stay right there. Hey, I'm Paul the Motor Guy, and welcome to my channel, where I pass on riding tips, practice drills, and defensive riding strategies to my fellow riders. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I'm a rider coach, a motorcycle sergeant, and I'm the owner and instructor at ProRider Central Texas, where we teach police riding skills to civilian riders. So, if you're ready to improve your skills, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so you don't miss any new videos. Now, the 360 exercise is an excellent exercise. We use this along with our figure 8 exercise in all of our motor schools. So the 360 exercise will help you work on the friction zone, head and eyes, trail braking with the rear brake, and it also allows you to gradually work on increasing your handlebar turns. So here are 5 key things that you want to focus on when you're doing this exercise. Tip number 1 is head and eyes. So as you're making your 360, you want to make a full head turn with your eyes looking as far back behind you as you can. Tip number 2 is friction zone and throttle control. Now you want to be in the friction zone with your RPM steady, ideally somewhere between 1200 to 1500, but this does not have to be exact. Now let me explain what I mean by steady RPMs. So what you want to do is set your throttle and forget it. Now many of you want to roll on and off the throttle, but this is one more thing that you have to worry about. Tip number 3 is braking with the rear brake. Now, if you find yourself picking up speed and going wide, you can drag the rear brake, which will take off speed and will cause the motorcycle to lean more, which will tighten up your 360. Now, I have noticed that most riders do not apply their rear brake properly when doing slow speed maneuvers. Now, riders tend to stomp or poke at the rear brake, which upsets the motorcycle. Now, tip number 4 is counterweighting. Now, just as with any other slow speed maneuvers, you want to use the counterweighting technique, which is keeping your body upright and letting the motorcycle lean underneath you. This will keep your eyes level with the horizon and take away some of the sensation of falling. Now let's talk about tip number 5, which is handlebar turn. Now, as you're making your 360, you want to start out turning your handlebars as much as you're comfortable with. You then want to get out of your comfort zone and gradually start to turn your handlebars a little more, and a little more. Now, I'm not expecting you to progress to full lock on your first day of practicing, but every time you practice this exercise, try to increase your handlebar turn until you eventually hit full lock. Now, my first demo, I'll be using one pivot cone, but you can do this without a pivot cone. Now, if you do use a pivot cone, do not look down at the cone. Remember, you want to always keep your chin up. Now, while you're watching this video, I want you to notice my head turns and how far back I'm looking, my counterweighting technique, and how I'm letting the motorcycle lean underneath me. Now I'm going to show you another video, but this time I want you to listen to the RPMs. Now when you get to where you can turn the handlebars to full lock, you then want to start working on tightening up your turns by pressing down on the handlebars, which will push the motorcycle down and tighten up your 360. Now in this last video, I want to show you how to incorporate the 360 into your figure 8 exercise. So for this drill, I'm going to have 2 pivot cones that are 20 feet apart. Now I would do a couple of figure 8s and then immediately go and do a couple of 360s around one of the pivot cones. And then I'm going to cross over and do a couple more 360s around the other pivot cone. Do a couple figure eights. Remember, aim for the middle. Aim for the middle. Aim for the middle. Okay, now I'm going to do a 360. Go 360. Flipping around. Get my RPMs. Okay. 360. Now figure eights. Turn that head. Look for the center. Turn that head. Look for the center. Turn that head. Look for the center. Now 360. Get back as far as you can. Push down if you want to go tighter. 360 the other way. Push down tighter. Now I hope this video gave you some things that will help you when you're practicing your 360 exercise. Now I have done in-depth videos on these 5 tips, so if you haven't seen them, be sure to go check them out. I will leave links up top and in the description below. Now if you found value in this video, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And let me know in the comment section below which tip you're still struggling with. Now until next time, practice, 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 and ride safe.